You know who spent the most sacred weekend on the Catholic calendar posting rants about the judge in his New York fraud case, making false claims about the judge's daughter, and reposting a violent image of President Biden that we are not going to show you here today. These rants violate the court's gag order, so why does he keep getting away with it? I mean, that image is so violent. What's the difference between what Kathy Griffin did and what he did? I don't understand.
It's worse for him, really.
Well, I mean,
she's a comedian, and she did
what she does as a comic. But are the Secret Service going to be visiting him and giving him a warning about putting violent
they should.
imagery?
They
why
should,
why wouldn't they?
Everyone should be treated equally under the law.
We keep saying that.
And we keep on saying that, and that really is true. And that's why I was supportive of the bond that he got, being sort of, someone's speaking to us, the lights are flickering.
Does anybody else see the lights flickering?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was very supportive of the fact that his bond. Did you do anything bad this weekend, Whoopi? What's going on? I was very supportive of the fact that the bond was lowered, because I think that that's how you would treat everyone equally. You know, bonds are supposed to not be punitive. But I will say this, Trump has given people permission, license to be politically violent. Yeah. And this is from the very, very beginning. Yeah. When he was campaigning for the presidency, he even said, I think somewhere, if you find him, hurt that person, punch them, punch the hell out of them, and I will pay for it. I will pay for your defense. And so what we're missing now is this, the statesmanship that I think we've always been used to, the presidential office being above reproach. We're missing, in my opinion, the Obama statesmanship. We're missing the Clinton statesmanship. We're the Hillary Clinton statesmanship, and it's behavior that seems to come from the top down. People are saying, well, it's the January 6th, folks. It's even worse when it comes from the president or the potential president of the United States of America.
So it seems to me, if you know history, political violence precedes a fascist dictatorship. I mean, just look at World War II, and you'll see the Nazi thugs were beating up Jews in the street, and everybody just looked the other way, and then we had Hitler, and millions of people were killed. I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but I'm just saying that there's political violence does precede a fascist country. I want to just point out something about RFK Jr., if I may, because what you have are these enablers, and he's very dangerous. He was on Erin Burnett the other night. Watch this tape.
When people talk about the threat to democracy that Trump poses, do you really think that is an equal evil to Biden?
I mean, listen, I can make the argument that President Biden is a much worse threat to democracy. And the reason for that is President Biden is the first candidate in history, the first president in history that has used the federal agencies to censor political speech, so to censor his opponent.
Because Biden doesn't
Did he just say he's the first person in political... Where has he been?
Silence is the point.
You think he would know history since...
Well, one would think, you would think, but go ahead.
Does he realize, first of all, he's a threat, I think, more to Biden, just because of his name. That people out there, they're not really looking into things. I think they think, oh, Kennedy, Democrat, I'll vote for him. Even meanwhile, he's a conspiracy theorist. He's anti-science. His whole family is voting for Biden. And this type of dangerous rhetoric that Biden is a bigger threat to democracy than the man who wanted to throw over the government, overthrow the government.
He's also wrong in what he's saying. So he's talking about the first...
This Easter weekend, as everyone was jubilating, but President Donald Trump went to his social media and posted President Biden in an occultic picture, which everyone, the women in the view, they were against it. They did not find that funny. They tried to say that President Donald Trump is not different from Kathy Griffin. Remember Kathy Griffin, who suffered, who is a comedian, because of a photo he made of President Donald Trump, and then he even stopped comedy for a while, and she was being punished. President Donald Trump, she could not perform for a long time. So President Donald Trump, she got cancer in the process, she got divorced. A lot of stuff happening to her. Her life was never the same again. we could see that such a person, according to the reigning of the view, so President Donald Trump is not different from Kathy Griffin. So he needs to call to an order, not because he's a president, he will not be questionable. He needs to be questionable, and because everybody needs to be treated the same. According to Sony, she said that that's why when the bond was too much that was given on President Donald Trump, she was so happy that they reduced the bond. And President Trump is talking negatively also about the judge for that New York case, and he wasn't really happy. So the women in the view went ahead and say somebody like JFK Kennedy Jr. who went to an interview, and he was being asked, and he claimed that President Donald Trump is the one, President Biden is the one being involved, like taking off people's social media out. But they tried to tell him that that is the First Amendment, and the First Amendment, the government have no right to private services. JFK was the one that was his Instagram was being banned because he went out of their law. You know, each of these social media, they have a law that if you don't follow, they will pull you out. So he's so angry. He thinks President Biden is the one involved. No, they were trying, the women in the view, Sarah was trying to say, no, it's not President Biden. That is Instagram. He needs to be angry with Instagram. He don't need to be angry with President Biden, because President Biden have nothing to do with that. He needs to go to Instagram and put on his anger about that. So basically, the women in the view went ahead and said, he's not constant, he's a threat, because each time we see he tell people that if you see a woman who is having a baby, walk to the woman and go and tell the woman never to vaccinate their baby. So he's anti-vaccinate, but he keep refusing her that I'm not anti-vaccinate. They see he's anti-science, so he's a threat. Such a person cannot even become a president. Basically, the women in the view, somebody like Farah said that was a good shot, because President Donald Trump, people start liking him already. He has a good approach. He went to the military person who died, his funeral. So Whoopi said he doesn't even care, because President Donald Trump have never cared about the military. So him going to that funeral doesn't mean anything. But according to Farah, that's a plus. So people start loving him to vote for him. Then he comes with this image of President Biden on social media, which even you cannot show it to your child. So basically, what do you really think? Do you really think that President Donald Trump went too far as doing that picture of President Biden on his Instagram pages, or what do you really think? Do you think he's right or he's wrong? Do you think the judge was not fair to him also? What do you really think? Actually, and what do you advise him to do? Do you really think that who is going to win at this election? Is it President Biden or is it President Trump? And let me see your reason for that. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please help subscribe and help share the video. God bless you.